Hi everyone, this is Mark of TechPinas and I'm with Mr. Christian Jocson, the brand manager of Vivo Philippines. And we're going to talk to you about the new smartphones that they launched tonight, di ba, Christian?
Right. Yeah.
The much-awaited Vivo V15 Pro and the Vivo V15. So I'm sure many of you are wondering, ano ba pinagkaiba nitong mga telepono to? Because sa mga photos, halos they look alike, di ba, Christian?
Right.
Pero magkaiba rin yung presyo nila.
Well, first off, Mark, thanks for coming. So, if you want to distinguish the Vivo V15 with its higher variant, the V15 Pro, it has mainly something to do with their display and their processor. So, yeah, let's go first to the processor. For the Vivo V15, it sports a MediaTek internal processor, while the Vivo V15 Pro have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 675 AI engine processor. So, in terms of performance, definitely the V15 Pro has the edge in terms of like seamless experience and
gaming performance.
That's true. But in the realm of like battery saving, more efficient usage of the phone, the V15 will not lag behind. So it's very competitive versus its higher variant. So with the Vivo V15 Pro, it has the 8 gigs of RAM.
Laki no? That's really flagship level na yung 8 gigs eh.
Considering that Vivo V15 Pro is a mid-range smartphone, it's really a bang for your buck. For the V15, it sports the 6 gig RAM, which is still good.
Yeah.
Honestly, right?
6 gig is still sizable.
Like 4, even 3, right?
Yeah.
For some mid-range phones.
Yeah.
So 6 gig RAM is very generous.
Both of them are actually, I would say you would really get a really smooth multitasking experience with both. But of course, with 8 gigs, sobrang smooth nun.
Right. Yeah. Problema mo na yun.
Kung anong mga apps ang gusto mong i-run or games. Right. Because many Pinoys are becoming very, parang avid mobile gamers na rin. Especially ako kasi, only recently did I discover Mobile Legends. So ngayon, parang every night nasa playing Mobile Legends eh. So I would imagine that there's also a growing need for more RAM on the phones. And Vivo V15 Pro is there for the power users. I think, di ba tama ba, Christian? That, at least the option is there for you.
Yeah, we consider the brand as a very consumer-centric brand. And we recognize Philippines as like a market that's emerging in terms of gaming.
Yeah.
So we really want to adapt and adapt well.
How about the internal storage? Magkaiba rin ba sila?
Yeah, for internal storage, they both have the same 128 gigs of internal storage.
Which is sizable. Malaki
Very
yun,
sizable. Diba? And especially for the V15, which only costs like 17,999.
Actually, the 6 gig combo plus the 1.8 gigs.
It's already considered flagship level,
Grabe,
right?
at 17,999. I think that's a really good deal. Plus the Helio, I've been hearing lots of good things about it in terms of energy efficiency.
Yes.
So it's also
Definitely
a win-win, no? Parang, sure, di ba, parang you can say na medyo pagdating sa presyo mababa siya, but it's not a pushover in terms of specs.
Yeah,
diba?
so even though, it varies in terms of price range, I actually believe that it caters to different markets.
Yeah.
Not just people who prefer the lower smartphone price versus the larger price. So it's more of, what kind of user you are. Are you more gaming extensive, or you more do you want like battery efficiency instead? So we cater to all segments.
That's great. Okay, so Christian, earlier you talked about the differences in the display quality,
Right.
And the screen type of each phone. So can you talk more about that?
Okay, so happy to. The V15 actually has IPS in its screen, IPS technology in plane switching, while the Vivo V15 Pro sports the Super AMOLED. Of course, in terms of vibrancy and in terms of having that more animated, I guess, and more vibrant colors.
Yeah, more striking colors.
Definitely, V15 Pro has the edge.
Yeah.
But that's what you're paying that extra, little bump in terms of price.
Yeah.
And we're actually very proud to have a technology such as the Super AMOLED to something as gaming forward as the V15 Pro, because it lets you play, not just game. It lets you play like high sized games, not just seamlessly, but also in terms of quality and picture. It's really better.
Iba talagang Super AMOLED eh, kasi and you also had Super AMOLED actually in your Vivo X21.
That's true.
Diba? Which is also a high-end release, no? And mapapansin mo talaga eh. Also, I would say it makes up for a thinner and lighter form
That's
factor.
true.
Diba?
That's true.
Yeah. And then IPS display naman is, most of us are very familiar with kasi karamihan naman talaga ng mid-range phones have the IPS display, di ba, Christian?
Right.
Okay, now let's talk about the cameras of the phone. Kasi based on the spec sheet, halos pareho talaga sila both for the rear cams and the front-facing camera.
Right. And actually, happy to announce that Vivo V15 actually has the same photographic capabilities as the Vivo V15 Pro.
Oh, so pareho halos.
Pareho,
Oh.
diba? So it's really like a very good deal if you're going to either smartphone. And before when we came up with the elevating front camera, it was present in our Apex and Nex.
Yeah.
So,
and the Apex and Nex being your parang this is really
that's our
ultra
top of the
premium,
line.
di ba?
So how we differentiate it is the Apex is the concept smartphone and the Nex is our consumer available smartphone, applying the same technology. And this time with the Vivo V15 and V15 Pro, we've actually integrated a flagship feature, the elevating front camera, to the mid-range smartphone. So we're making it more available to consumers out there, selfie lovers, and if you want to experience the phone in its full potential, definitely go for an ultra 4K display.
Yeah. I also love the fact na even sa V15, which is the more affordable model, parang they can already enjoy the high-end imaging capabilities of the V15 Pro. So both phones have a triple rear camera module. So can you siguro quickly talk about the three cameras?
So the three rear cameras are actually it's not just for show, right? Each lens has its own unique capability. The first one being a portrait mode lens, which allows you to take like DSLR
This is the bokeh
shots,
effect,
bokeh
diba?
effect. That's something that you can achieve with some softwares, but having a lens dedicated to that feature makes it more natural,
realistic.
So it's using
so cleaner
than
than yung edges, diba?
Yes, that's true. And that's a frustration, right? I'm sure we've all
mahalata mo pa
tried.
rin,
Yeah,
diba?
halata, diba? Mabublur yung part of your face and even your hair, which is, that's common.
Yeah.
Second feature is the ultra-wide lens. Again, very proud to announce that it's both available in the V15 and V15 Pro. So wide lens, it allows you to take like a 180-degree shot of the one you're taking a photo of. So gone are the days where you, let's say, climb a good mountain or go to a good spot just to take a photo, and it doesn't do justice to the one you're seeing.
Correct.
So now you have the ultra-wide lens. That segues to the third lens, which is it's used for super night mode. So we're not just relying on software. We actually have a dedicated hardware for it. So for the the super night mode, it allows you to take good, clear photos even at dark, even with limited lighting. I'm sure you've seen like shots online of it.
Medyo blurry. If you don't have a dedicated cam then for that, minsan, you see the difference talaga. Pag sa umaga, ang ganda ng camera, sa gabi, medyo grainy na.
Yeah, it's really different if it's artificial or used or created by a software. So yeah, those are the three features. And Vivo, our design is very efficient. So we wanted to make sure that we're making use out of all the three lenses that we have.
Correct. And what's nice is that the software that goes with it is also very powerful in the sense that it really takes advantage of all of the cameras that are present.
Right.
And speaking of the software, these cameras are powered by AI, diba? AI being they're capable of figuring out what's in front of the lens, diba? Immediately, like if you're shooting a photo of food, I'm sure we've explained it on TechPinas before, diba? Because this is not the first time that Vivo is doing the AI. But I guess enhance siguro yung AI capabilities na
Yes,
nito.
definitely. So like I said, the Vivo V15 Pro is using Snapdragon 675 with AI engine. So it's really perfect, not just for taking photos and enhancing it. It also applies to the overall processes of the phone. One of it being, the AI game mode, which I'm sure a lot of your fans will appreciate.
Yeah, ako rin, di ba? Kasi,
right.
Especially for, the budding mobile gamers. Kasama ako dyan. Pareho tayo.
So, you have that extra edge when it comes to gaming. And it's not cheating. It's just that you have a better phone. That's
Correct.
That's true.
Okay, so we've covered a lot na, no? But let's move forward with some of the differences pa. Well, another notable difference between the two phones is that the V15 Pro has the in-display fingerprint scanner, di ba? While the V15 naman has the typical rear-mounted fingerprint scanners. So basically, both of them naman halos very secure talaga, di ba, with these sensors,
Definitely.
no? Pero kasi mas convenient din gamitin yung in-display fingerprint scanner, no? Because you don't have to flip the phone, for example, if it's on the table and you need to unlock it.
Yeah, the extra 1,000 or the extra bump up the price comes into play with the in-display fingerprint sensor. If you really want like an overall, all the recent innovations of Vivo packed into one phone, definitely go for the Pro variant. But still, the V15 is definitely a good, contender. It has the same security features. At the same time, it still unlocks as fast.
Yeah, oo. And speaking of unlocking fast, mabilis talaga yung in-display fingerprint scanner ninyo, which is a lot faster than what's on the V11, di ba?
We're actually using this time the 5th generation in-display fingerprint. And once you do it first, you do it better.
Yes, that's true.
And I'm not just saying that because I'm from Vivo.
Actually, kayo naman talaga yung nauna. If you look back at the history of the in-display fingerprint scanner, Vivo talaga yun.
Yeah, and the reason also why I said that is because if you already have the technology, there's no other way but up.
Yeah.
So it's either you take that technology and you don't develop it, or you take that technology and even go further than the previous generation. That's what we did for this 5th generation. We made it faster,
more accurate.
More accurate. That's sort of an improvement we made. That's very significant.
Yeah.
And overall, it's gonna produce like a better experience.
Okay, that's great. Another feature that I want sana to highlight in this video is something that made the V15 and the V15 Pro very unique, no, in the price bracket, which is the elevating front-facing camera, and that feature actually is what enabled the super full screen talaga,
right.
diba? So can you talk more about the elevating front-facing camera?
I'm sure, we've all been noticing the trend already, the race wars, if I may say, in, achieving that full screen, which is, not a very easy feat. And
because kailangan talaga may camera ka sa harap eh.
Right. And, especially Philippines, being a selfie centric nation, right?
And also Vivo being one of the, the companies that really focus on delivering the best selfies, no, for Filipinos.
Right.
No?
So still, we made sure that we're not compromising on any of the features. We wanted to include both. So I'm sure a lot of brands they have their own interpretation of achieving that full view display. But in our case, we wanted to make it hidden and made sure that it pops up or elevate anytime you want to take a selfie, making it more stylish, and it lifts up the selfie game to a whole new level, right? So you can't see that anywhere else. Yeah.
At saka ang ganda rin ng feature niya na pag when you press on it, hindi siya lalaban eh, di ba? So hindi siya mag-break easily. Ba parang kusa lang siyang magde-depress.
Definitely Vivo, that goes back again to what I'm saying, that Vivo is a very consumer-centric brand. And I'm sure a lot of your fans and a lot for consumers, the first thing that will come to mind is durability. When we say that we have that elevating front camera that's inside the phone that just pops up.
Baka madaling maputol.
And I want to assure everyone that it underwent a lot of testing. We made sure that there's enough tensile strength to be able to withstand like everyday like casualties,
yes,
right?
The drop, sabi nga nila, the knocks and bumps of daily use.
That's true, that's true. So we didn't just do the drop test, we also did, measuring the tensile strength and making sure that it's really fit for like everyday use.
That's great. Okay, so mukhang na-cover na natin lahat, ano? Alright, Ian, so thank you so much for explaining to us the main differences between the Vivo V15 and the Vivo V15 Pro, no? So now let's talk about the price of both phones, no? Because And also the color options. Kasi
Right.
medyo dikit din sila eh. So, go ahead.
So the Vivo V15 Pro is priced at 23,999. And it comes in two variants, the Topaz Blue and the Coral Red.
Yeah, both of which are very elegant.
stylish,
talaga.
right?
Very classy.
And
oh.
you know, we're not a brand that we usually play it safe. So if you want red, it's really red. If you want blue, it's really blue. So you can see that, you know, the brand, the attitude of the brand really comes into play when how we design the phone.
And I also saw na parang meron siyang pattern underneath. Parang may
Yes.
ripple effect ba? What do you call that?
There's a ripple. We also call that the ripple effect, and we're very proud of that because it's, you know, we made sure that through extensive consumer research that it's a pattern that really, you know, blends well, or I guess resonates well with the millennial market.
Correct. Okay, and how about the V15?
Right.
Magkano siya and what are the colors?
And the V15 also comes in red and blue, priced at 17,999. Guys, sobrang budget friendly. Imagine having all the features or all the capabilities of the V15 Pro, but making it a more budget friendly variant.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, so there you have it, TV friends, and also the Vivo fans out there. That's Mr. Christian Jocson, the brand manager of Vivo Mobile Philippines. And he just shared with us the main features of the Vivo V15 Pro and the Vivo V15. Thank you so much, Christian.
Thank you, Mark, for having me, and to all the fans of TechPinas out there, be sure to check out the V15 and V15 Pro.
All right, thank you so much, Christian. Thumbs up.